It is a great joy and honor to come into your homes and your minds. This is Emmanuel Mensah, a co-founder of the Eagle Mentality Group. At Eagle Mentality Group, we teach and propagate information about the power of thought, universal laws and principles, and how our thoughts and these laws combine to create our realities. Every human being on earth here creates his or her own realities. Whether you believe it or not, you don't believe it or not, or whatever, that is the truth. And so today I'm going to speak to you on the topic, mindset is everything. But before I go on, may I take this opportunity to appeal to you, if you haven't done so, to subscribe to our channel. And let us team up, come together to influence one another, to create a group of people that have the right mindset, the right attitude towards life, that we will create a life that befits us, a life that we so desire. And so today, mindset is everything is the topic. And mindset is what? Mindset is simply your line of thinking based on your beliefs. Your beliefs are the bedrock of your life. Whatever action, whatever inaction in your life is based on your beliefs. And therefore, when you assess your life, you will realize that there are some things that more or less become the checks. And therefore, if you go against it, even sometimes you are afraid that God is going to punish you. Someone is going to punish you. You see, and therefore you are afraid to do some things or not to do some things. All these things are the way our mindsets are shaped. And therefore you get to a point that you are only acting, you are only living your life based on these rules, based on these checks that has been given to you, you see. And that is how your life is going to be. There can never be anything that you can achieve in life outside that beliefs or that cloud of beliefs. If you want to do anything, if you want to achieve anything outside that, then you have to break out that belief, that cloud of beliefs, you see. And so every human being on earth here, our life experiences are the reflections of our mindset. The beliefs and mindset that we hold that controls our actions and inactions. Why you did not do this and why you did this. All these things are as a result of the way we think. And what we think is the real or not the real. Our worldview is shaped by our mindset. Everything, you see. And so when you change a person's mindset, then that you've changed the person's life. You cannot change a human being's life by yourself, but you must first pass it through the person. And the way you pass the change through the person is by influencing the person's line of thinking. And so, if I take for example, if you are a millionaire, you have money, and then you get up that you have a family member. Some of your family members are poor. You want to change their lives. If you buy a car and you give it to them to run the business, believe it or not, in a couple of years, they will come back for more. And even sometimes they will tell you that the car has broken down. They need money to repair it. And this is practical in Africa, you see. Why? Because you are trying to change people, but not first changing their mindset. So instead of giving the money to your family members, first influence their line of thinking. Change their mind, their mindset from sitting down waiting for uncle to come and do it for us to the mindset that we can do it ourselves. And therefore, even with advice, with encouragement and direction, they can create the wealth themselves. And we see these things happening or repeating in our lives all the time. Even if I'm to move it up and you bring it to the African government, African nations, we see our leaders going all the time to the advanced world, signing up for programs and loans and other things that we are coming to use it to develop our lives. But within a couple of years, then the situation resurfaces. Then we go back again. Why? Those advanced nations, the Bretton Woods institutions, they are trying to change the life of Africans without first changing their mindset. With the right mental attitude, with the right mindset, Africans don't even need to go for any loan, for any assistance from anywhere. You see? And so who we are and what we are, the life we are experiencing, is a product of our mindset. And if we change our mindset, we will change our life accordingly. And so my preoccupation is the people of Africa, Africans, all Africans. It is time for us to change our mindset. We have more than enough evidence to prove to ourselves that whatever mindset, whatever line of thought, whatever line of thinking that we've held for all these years is not working for us. And now is the time for us to look for alternative. And the alternative will be the right one. That's the right solution. And so, if you take the African, all human beings have held this belief, but most people have actually discovered the truth and changed their beliefs. Almost every African prays to God for answers to his or her solution, be it individuals or at the national level. And therefore, when there is a problem, we do not seek to understand the problem and look for solution to the problem. We rather pray to God, asking God to solve the problem for us. And if God is to solve the problem for us, then God has taken our right of choice, the right for our ability to choose. We are given the right of choice, the free will. And so, by your free will, you should be able to change your life. You change your life circumstances, you see. And so this is the central belief that Africans we've held for all these years. God is doing things for us. We are praying to God for answers. And we are expecting God to do those things, to give us the answers. And therefore, we do not interact with the problem. And so this mindset is based on the fact that we don't see ourselves as creators, but we see ourselves as victims. But there is no victim in this world. There is no victim in the universe. We are all creators. You create your own reality. Therefore, whatever thing you are going through is your own creation. All other people, all things that comes together to make that experience a reality are just actors in the process that the universe brings together to create what you are daily thinking and believing. You see? And so it is time for us to change our mindset. We've held a certain mindset for far too long. That mindset of praying to God, whether the problem is at the family level, at the individual level, community level, or national level, we pray to God for answers. But it is our own life should serve as an example that God is not listening to those prayers. Therefore, let us change to this prayer. The prayer is, let us declare to ourselves, we are the image and the likeness of God. We are the incarnate of God, incarnation of God. Therefore, we create our own realities. We are co-creating with God. And therefore, we are creating the life that we want. And begin to attack every of our challenges by the use of our minds. Diligently, deliberately, that we are looking for solutions from our perspective. Believe it or not, we will transform Africa, and Africa will be the leading continent in the world. It does not matter. We hear people proclaiming that Africa is the biggest and whatever. Whatever our forefathers or ancestors have done is gone. Here we are, and we have to recreate it. Now, we are considered as the least developed continent. That is a reflection of our mindset, because we don't take on the mindset of creators, you see. And so mindset is everything. Development is mindset. Development is a mindset that people who are seeking for must take on. That is by looking at your challenges, your difficulties, not as the work of evil forces, not as the work of demons, not as the work of a devil that is living somewhere, but as a result of your own thinking and the works of the laws of the universe. And therefore you have control. And since you are the creator of your own realities, what you have created, if it is not good, you have the power and ability to change it to what you want, or what the right one you say. The African is afraid to declare his own divinity. The African is afraid, or don't have the concept to declare to himself that he is the creator of his own realities. And as a matter of fact, we are so accustomed to this victimhood mindset. That is what we are holding. This victimhood mindset. Everything that comes into our lives, either it is the work of the demons, the devil, the ghosts, or whatever, or our fellow human beings somewhere. We do not analyze our thinking patterns. We do not have the understanding that we are creating our own realities by the way we think and act. And so this is the encouragement. Every African, this is the time for you to disabuse your mind, for you to have a new perspective. And the perspective is that you are a God on earth here. There is nothing that you cannot do, and there is nothing that is beyond your capabilities. You have every resource to create, and do whatever you want to do. But you must first change your mindset. You must first change your mindset. Instead of praying to God, rather think about what you want to see in the future and present it to God. Instead of bombarding evil forces, just establish in your mind that they do not exist. And as a matter of fact, they don't exist. It is your own creation. If you don't have a belief in them, in their existence, to you, they don't exist. You see, so we have practiced these things in such a way that it becomes our mass consciousness. And so when something comes and we look at it in a way that we think that it's the work of the devils, we get the results from that because our minds create things for us. Then we take it and show it to people that you say, I told you, this is real. But it is real because you are feeding it with your beliefs. Therefore, the African is here to take part in the evolution of the world, the universe. And the only way we can do it is by taking on the right mental attitude, the right mindset. The right mindset is that an African, a woman or man, a woman or man, a child or adult, wherever you are a creator by default. And if you take up your creative mind and begin to create positively, with the forces in the universe, you will tilt the attention of the world to you regardless of where you are. Therefore, Africa is at the leading edge of the world's evolution. Africa is the leading edge of the world's evolution because we have the biggest challenges. We have the greatest challenges. But unfortunately, we are only accustomed with the invoking of the universal law that the bigger the challenge, the bigger the accomplishment. But we are not able to translate it into this aspect of our life. The greater the underdevelopment nature of Africa, the greater the equivalent, the development nature of Africa. But this will not be a reality if it is done for us. It will be a reality only when we do it ourselves. And that is only when we take the mindset that we are the creators of our own realities. We are here to co-create with the forces in the universe. And therefore, we have the power and an ability to create and be and do whatever we want to be. It is only when we do this, it is only when we hold this mindset that we will see Africa rising up and taking its rightful place in the universe. That is my encouragement for you. I just want to remind you that you are created in the image and the likeness of God. There is no one greater than you, and there is no one powerful than you. You are not lower than any other person too. The only thing that has created this situation is your own beliefs and your mindset. And if we change it from people who ask for blessings from God to people who co-create with God, we will change our life and we will co-create with other people to move humanity to a level that we are supposed to be. That is my encouragement. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Thank you.